Welcome to Life with Meg Jenn, where we talk love, identity in Christ, faith, friendship, and everything in between. This is your space for real conversations, deep encouragement, and big God dreams. We're so glad you're here. Today's episode continues our series on dreaming with God, what it looks like, how it grows, and why even the smallest dream matters in the kingdom. Let's do life together.
Hey, y'all.
Hey! Welcome back to Life with Meg and Jenn. So we are still talking about vision for your life, dreams, goals, and eventually we are going to share our testimonies about stepping into our own dreams. So, yeah. I have so many things I want to talk about in it. I could go into
for days,
weeks of just looking for your strengths, looking for your passions. There's so much to it. If you are really into the nitty gritty of, I think God is calling me to this, I don't know where to go next, I would love to sit down with you because it is just too much.
Yeah.
We'd be here for a year, and I don't think our husbands would appreciate that very much.
We have church
or our
tonight.
Children. Yes, and your church tonight, and all those things. But I did want to read Psalm 139, verse 5. It says, "You've gone into my future to prepare the way, and in kindness you follow behind me to spare me from the harm of my past. You have laid your hand on me." And so there's so much. We ended last week talking about having that a man without a vision is a man without a future, and a man without a future will always return to his past. So your vision is for the future.
Absolutely.
It is for future generations. It is for moving forward, which is future. I mean, we want to live in the here and now. We want to learn from the past, but we're not going back there. There's nothing back there for us.
Yeah.
You're already taking it, what was there, with you. And you need to rehearse where you're going. Say it out loud. Write it down.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by rehearse. People can have great vision, but not make the choice in the present to get to the future. Your future self can set high goals, but your present self must act. So like I said, nothing is wasted. So you need to know that whatever you're learning, whatever you're doing, whatever job you find yourself in, there's just so much. I know there's so much in my life that, why am I having to learn this? This is weird, or this is ridiculous, or whatever. And then, 10, 15 years down the road, I'm like, oh, I'm so glad I learned that. Who knew I was going to need that now?
Yeah.
But so if you are always in the perspective of, there's a reason for this. I'm going to do my best, and I'm going to be intentional and do what I need to do now for that future self.
But sometimes it's not even for you.
Right.
Sometimes
That's
it's
true.
for others. You
Yeah.
know, and I say that through the business and stuff. There's things that I've learned and done, or and it's helped us. But then later, I've been given the opportunity for other businesses or friends, and to be able to share that knowledge and wisdom with them. And so, in a way, it's a blessing to others.
Yeah, for sure. So look at your life from 85 years old, okay? It gets closer and closer every year, but I mean, even if you're a teenager listening to this, think of yourself as an 85-year-old.
My house will be built.
And think about what you wanted to have accomplished with your life. What do you want to get to tell your grandkids and great-grandkids?
Thinking my granny right now, she's 82-ish in there, So I'm looking at her thinking, Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
She's got many grandkids, great-grandkids. You know, I mean, she had a business and sold it. I'm just like, I've never, I don't know, as far as like here, you know, thought about that day as far as selling, retirement, or anything, you know. So,
yeah.
I guess at 85 I'll retire.
Yeah, there you go. So as the 85-year-old, answer it there and then back up to today and build towards that.
Yeah.
You know? So do you want to say, well, we had a store in Palestine? Or do you want to say, we had a store here, here, and here?
You know, I don't know that is truly my heart's desire.
I know. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that's a great way to help you go, oh, no, really, I don't care about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 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 Both of my younger two have taken interest in an entrepreneur. Oh my gosh, why is that word so hard for me? Areas. And so I could see and really think about like helping them build their own business.
Yeah.
Not so much a boutique, but their own business somewhere, like, somehow.
At 85 years old, you'd love to say, well, I had this business and it was successful. And then I helped, you know, your mom or your grandmother with this, and then I helped this one with this.
Right.
And then, Yeah.
Way cool.
Yeah. So it says, see as far as you can possibly see and stay active in what it is that you are building and you are pointing your life toward. Stay active in it.
Yeah.
So that's for me where I guess back in the first episode I was saying how it was really hard for me in this seat when God asked me to lay the studio down. And then I was just kind of like wandering in the desert almost, you know, like I don't know what I'm doing. And it doesn't look like what I thought it was going to look like when you asked me to lay it down. Which never does, but you know, hello. Once again, I'm fooled by that.
But what would it have looked like, and what did he protect you from?
Right, yeah.
If you didn't step out and do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it could be wild.
Because I'm telling y'all, it's not been easy. Because, I mean, people have, strangers and not strangers have said, are you sure you heard God? Well, that's hard when it's a hard thing to do and it's a hard situation. Please don't ask people that. Unless he tells you to ask them that.
Yeah.
And if you have an answer for them with it. Anyway, that's another thing. But there is a day, what else? I could back up a little bit. Listen, I don't like to edit that much, so y'all are just going to have to listen to that part of this, but oops. There was something in this when it was saying stay active in what it is that you are building and you are pointing your life toward, in that kind of iffy, I don't know what I'm doing anymore thing. And I had to back up and say, God, I know that the dance studio was the vehicle that I was given, but there was more to the vision and the mission than that vehicle. Like, you get a new car, you know, like the old body needed a new car. Dance wasn't gonna be the vehicle anymore. So really, what is it that I'm building and pointing towards? You know, because even in it, I knew that my daughters have been given a lot through that dream that God gave me. And I opened it a lot because of them and what the calling he had on their lives and what he wanted for them. But it was never for them to take it over.
But you at one point thought it would be?
Not really.
Really?
I always held that very loosely of...
Same for me here with mine.
But I knew that they would be... The ones that I knew that dance would always be a part of their life.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially my oldest and youngest, and it is. And what my middle does, she's able to do amazingly because of her time in dance.
So when I think of mine later, like here, my kids, you know, I vision myself still here, but with grandkids, raising grandkids here. I never see and visualize my girls here. You know, they are helping and they're a big part,
right?
But not to the capacity and the thought of them taking
because
this
they're
over.
learning something here that will be for their future.
Benefit for them later. But it's still a place where I could be still a help, you know, to them and their families as far as if I'm raising, or you're not raising, but helping them while they go to a job or they're doing things. This is still a place that is safe for grandkids and littles and, you know, whatever. So that's always been a thing. It's so weird. Never.
So in that, it was really, you know, I needed to backtrack and go, okay, God, let's get down to the very basics of what, you know, like kind of rewrite the vision. And I'm still working on it. So, you know. But I there was a little bit where I just felt hopeless. I was like, I have tried so hard not to make that studio my identity. And then when you put it down, I was like, how did it become so much a part of my identity? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, because forever you sleep, eat, and breathe it. You
and
give birth every day to it.
It's true. So trying to figure out, there was vision, then there was the studio, then there was no studio, and it felt like there was no vision. But that vision was always still there, so now we had to put it into a new vehicle. You know, so that we're still moving forward, because we want to move forward. That's an important thing to do.
Always forward, never back.
So, you know, you really do need to, and I have to stay active in what it is that, you know, what I'm building now. Because it's like a new building.
Rebirth.
That labor's
I can't wait, though.
Intense, though.
Because I don't know, am I wrong that sometimes I feel like the harder the trial at hand, the bigger and better the blessing on the other side? I don't know, maybe it just helps me get through things.
Sometimes.
I'm like, this is so hard. It's going to be so worth it.
Sometimes it works that way.
I know. But I think about that a lot too with this business. I've always been, Lord, if it's your will for us to be here, you make a way. If it's not, take it. In all areas and aspects here. Mainly because I don't want this to be my identity, but I don't want this to be an idol either. I don't ever want to be more concerned about me, mine, this has got to be this way. And, you know, and because I have always thought that, like, what if the Lord tells me today to put it on the market? Can I do it? You know? I'm just saying, like, I have to know that if He tells me to do it, I'm going to have to do it. And so I always hang on, you know, like you said, very loosely to what He gives me, because it's not mine, it is His. And if He tells me today to sell it or to give it or to do, I'm going to have to take a deep breath and do it.
And I will say, like, some of this we can share later, but we probably won't share a lot of it. But Megan and I have very similar personalities as far as being loyal. And like even loyal to the fact of, like, God, you gave me this to do. Like, so a lot of times things do have to be ripped out of our hands.
Oh yeah. That pruning, sometimes that's not just gentle.
No.
It's by the root.
And that's okay. Like that's our personalities are similar in that. So it is a lot of our stories when we are talking about visions and dreams, and how God even kind of puts those in your lives. Sometimes it's through a heck of a time. You know what I'm saying? That you're finally like, got it. That's what this part of my life was for. Here's the dividing line. here's the vision, let's go.
Mm-hmm. All in or all out.
Yeah.
We're just.
You really are.
I'm an extremist.
Mm-hmm. I'm not like that, but
if I'm on a diet, I'm on a diet, and everybody's on a diet. If I'm not, we live in our best life. Yeah, I know. I don't know why.
But what's so cool about God is that He takes all of that.
Mm-hmm.
All the things that you've learned, like we've said, nothing is wasted. But those passions, like you talked about in another session of the guy skateboarding, just the little things that you love to do. So a lot of times people say talent, but it doesn't have to be. I mean, listen, a talent is nothing if you don't work at it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, true.
Yep.
But we were talking about gifts and talents, a friend of mine or whatever recently, and there was so much other things that were brought up that I thought I would never have thought of that, like being gifted in encouragement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's a big.
That is, and it is so much needed.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, that is so cool. I never thought about that. But there again, you could use that if you have the gift of encouragement. You could use that for public speaking and doing. Ministry and going out and encouraging people. There's like we were saying, there's so much that you could still use it for.
And knowing your passions, knowing your strengths, knowing your weaknesses, because listen, He's going to use those too. Being willing to learn, being willing to walk it out, being willing to say yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, God, this is scary, but let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have two little things here just to say. One of them is again about your future. It says the biggest risk to your future isn't your competition. It's the distractions you insist on keeping in your life, rather than doing the things you know you should be doing but aren't. So for me, is those little goals, like getting in bed by 10:30 at night. I know, listen, she's like,
I'm 8.
But that's a little thing because I would get so distracted that I'd be up till midnight, But this is where God's taking me right now is, listen, there's some distractions that I need you to, some of them I'm doing well on. Some of them I'm not.
Yep.
That's okay.
Yep. Mine is probably the phone situation, as far as like I get on there to post or I get on, and then I end up on.
And everybody in the world right now, which we're glad you're on your phone right now watching us.
Yes.
But still.
Yes.
But you got to do it at the right time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep.
And I'm gonna end with this for today. It says, there is a destination that has been planted in you by the very purposes of God. Your destination is looking for you. Stay true to your passion. Stay true to your vision.
So if you don't write it down and you're not clear about it, how do you know if you're staying true to it?
Right. You got to write it down. You got to know.
Make it clear.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, speaking of. Okay,
yes.
So.
Sorry for the side noises if you can hear them.
This is part of my testimony. So I'm just going to share with you. Not very clear, but not very, January 21st in 2015, we did a class. We, as in me and my cousin Casey, did preteen classes, and we were talking to them about goals and visions and things.
Uh-huh.
New year, new year, new you kind of thing. So we gave everybody a Post-it, or what is this called?
Index card.
Yeah, we gave everybody a card. And we told them to write down something on there, a vision, a goal, or something they want, whatever. And hang on to it. Put it in your Bible. Every time you grab your Bible, say a sweet little prayer over it, kind of thing. So, January 21st, 2015, I want to open, run, and have a successful business that will glorify the Lord.
Yeah.
October 1st, 2015. What is that? January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August.
10 months.
I thought it was 9.
Nine.
Anyways, 9 or 10 months
yes,
later, we opened broken.
That's pretty cool.
I know, so I've kept my little card.
Yeah.
Don't look at the
So
handwriting.
that's hers, and mine was, well, I'm never going to own a dance studio. So, listen, you don't know.
Yeah, I said I was
gonna be.
never going to have kids or get married.
Well,
If you know me, you know. So there we go. Anyways, just had to share.
okay, guys, that's it for this episode, and we will see y'all next time. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today on Life with Meg and Jen. If this episode encouraged you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. We'd love to hear how you're dreaming with God right now. And be sure to join us next week because Megan will be sharing her personal testimony, how she went from dreaming with God to writing the vision and stepping out in faith to open Broken Boutique. You don't want to miss it. Until then, keep walking, keep dreaming, and let's keep doing life together.